Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., all rights reserved.
Little ZZ Top bringing us back 23 after. I'm Jim Blasingame. Thank you for hanging out with me. My website is smallbusinessadvocate.com. Thank you for going there and using it to your advantage. Lots of good stuff there that will help you with your small business, including the body of work that Ramon Ray has deposited with us over the years. We're so glad to have had him do that over all these years. He's been a member of our Brain Trust. Ramon is the author of Technology Solutions for Growing Businesses. He is a force, ladies and gentlemen, in the area of helping small business owners understand not only the technology, the hardware that we use, but the applications that arise from the applications. And he goes that deep. He's our good friend. Ramon, remind us the website again, please.
Sure, smallbiztechnology.com, B-I-Z. And Jim, thank you very much. I'm blushing now with that introduction, but I try my best to help people know about technology.
Well, your mother sent it to me, and I just read what she says, Ramon. Hey, Ramon, what was said at your? My audience knows that I'm working fast and furious to get to help them understand how important mobile is going to be to their future. What was said at your conference about mobile?
And thanks, Jim, for that. I mean, that's one of the presentations we had. We had a panel discussion. Dell was there, and a cake maker. Now, a cake baker, as simple guy as you can get. He was saying himself, mobile technology, even for his business, it's revolutionizing it. One, his website has to be mobile because his customers now are going to be accessing his website through mobile smartphones. Yep. And two, he has to be using mobile technology because it's just more efficient. When he's on the road, when he's traveling, he can no longer afford just to have a traditional computer only with him, but he has to know more about mobile technology, and I can talk more about it all day long.
Let me tell you when I first started setting up and taking notice, and to a much greater degree, a couple of years ago, I heard the then CEO of Google, Eric Schmidt, say that Google would be more important, more successful in the future with mobile than they ever had been with the desktop. Now that was an important statement for him to make, and the more I see how easy it is to create apps, mobile apps, and how there are companies out there that are helping small business owners do this for basically for free. Right. You can make browser apps, you can make mobile apps. Apps are sexy, Ray. People like apps. And this is why I tell small business owners, go buy, if you don't have a smartphone, if you aren't using apps yourself, you must start doing that because that's what your customers are doing. And if you want to see where your customers are going, you got to do that. You got to find out what's going on.
Yeah, and I think if you look around you, whether you take a train, you're in an urban area like I am, or you're wherever you are, you'll see that it's not just the iPads and tablets and Zooms and things from Motorola and HP and all these vendors coming out. As you say, it's your smartphone. It's creating it. It's a whole ecosystem. And I think that you're going to see this whole shift between, again, the small businesses that are doing it and leveraging it and growing it, and those who keep their heads in the sand, not listening to you and not doing it. It's going to be a problem.
Well, the thing we have to realize, Ramon, is that people are saying, I like your website, Ramon, and I went there, spent some time, but I'm a busy person, and I don't want to keep going back and see what you have new. I'm going to give you permission to follow me home.
Yep.
And send me whatever you have that's new, whatever that's fresh coming out today. Your new when your rolls come out of the oven, or when the new paint lineup is here, or whatever's I want you to follow me home. And today their home is in their hand.
Right, and I think that's because, and that's the bigger reason why you have to continue to give people multiple ways to access you.
Yes,
people want to see it on a mobile device, and we don't have to talk about social media today, but I think it fits in there. Some people may want to follow you on Twitter. Some people may want to follow you on Facebook. It could be on the PC on a 24-inch screen.
Whatever they want, you have to be available to them. See, Ramon, there was a time when businesses went out of business because they had sales, but they didn't manage well. They didn't manage their cash, or they didn't sell it profitably, or whatever. Right. But in the 21st century, more companies are going to go out of business not because they didn't manage well, but because they became irrelevant.
Yes.
Because they weren't available where they were. You talked about this ecosystem. This ecosystem is not out there in the 4-lane, outside your door out there. The ecosystem is in the cloud.
Right. No, that's true. I mean, I have a friend of mine, it's an old school example. He says airline tickets. I bought it from Travelocity.com, and he was telling me, Ramon, why did you buy it from me? I said, Vivian, it's not because, you're a bad person. I just forgot about it at one time.
Right.
We joked about it. And it's very true.
I'll tell you what happened to me yesterday. A guy that I do business with in a city an hour away from me texted me, and I'm sure that text was mass sent because it didn't have my name on it. It just I think he probably just did it in a mass way, like an email blast, and it told me about a once a year special that was going to happen. It was a really good deal. And he didn't email me. He didn't call me. He didn't wait for me to find out about it somewhere else. He texted me, and I called him and we did business.
Right, and I think that's
while I was driving. I mean, you see my point. I mean, that's he made some sales, and I even told him some other people to call to contact about it, and all that happened while I was driving.
No, I think it's true. And I was at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, and a lot of these applications you're talking about, texting, of course, is simple, but to go beyond that, how to even leverage it in group texting, advertising, how to manage who your customers are who have cell phones.
Well, his competitors, at the moment that his text came to me and I called him back, or I could have texted him back, at that moment, his competitors became irrelevant.
Absolutely.
Hey, give us the website again, Ramon.
Thank you, Jim. SmallBizTechnology.com, and I look forward to seeing your audience online and talking with you.
Lots of stuff there, folks, and he'll follow you home too. By the way, if you tell him you can. Ramon Ray, ladies and gentlemen, he'll be back. I will be too after this break. I'm Jim Blasingame. Stay with me.
Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., intended for the private use of our audience. Except as otherwise provided by copyright law, all other copying, redistribution, or publication without prior written consent is prohibited. All rights reserved. Prohibited. All rights reserved. Prohibited.